Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Good morning. Today is Monday, April 13th, 2026, and it is Log Cabin Day. Okay, I found some extra strips so I can use these and just, make it different blocks, add the blocks in with the other blocks or whatever it is I want to do. But um I hope everybody had a great weekend. Hi Sandra. Good morning. How are you and Dee doing today? Hi, Carrie. You are at, oh, you're using somebody else's internet? Okay. The place that you go to? Okay. Thank you for doing that. Have a, um, donut? Having a donut? Okay. Sounds good, Carrie. I haven't had a donut in like forever. You know what? I got to check and see if there's a donut shop around here because I really miss having them. I love those old fashioned chocolate. Love it. Yeah, I know. Yummy. Yeah. Exactly, huh, Sandra? So I need to grab my iron. Got caught on my thumb. All right. Susan will not be joining us today. She has taken hi Gladys. Good morning. Her boxing to the vet. So unknown caller. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is cut some strips and then maybe I have my shoulders hurting really bad, but I'll try to sew some strips too. I'm not gonna make any promises. Okay, guys. Just gonna cut some and wow, two calls came in at the same time. That's weird. Okay. So I have these strips. I want to see what they look like. I've had them forever. Oh, they're double. Okay. That's okay. Well, what's this about? All right. I have no idea how many there are. I think there's 42. They're all various colors. Show y'all. Okay, they're all different colors. Well, actually, that's very pretty, huh? And we do have a couple purples in there, and they're pretty long. I'm not sure. Let me go to my channel. Uh, okay. Don't need this anymore. All right, they look pretty long. Look at that. But I'm loving the colors. We have light, we have dark, so that's all I need, right? Okay, so let's get with the light. Oh, let me get my book. I can't do anything without Sandra's little. helper here that she did for me. Oh, where is it? Uh-oh, where is it? I know I put it away. Or not. Okay, here it is. Whew. Uh, okay, Carrie says hi to Gladys. All right, so now I'm gonna turn on the iron. It works a lot better when it's on, right? Okay, where's the end of this? I think it's right here at the yellow, I think. Yes. I mean, look at how long they are. I should measure, huh? Okay, got about 38 inches long. And that's not something that I'm used to, but it'll work, right? Okay, so I'm going to need light and dark. So I'm going to start off with the light, obviously, it'll be, okay. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do one of each of the ones that I need. I think these will be long enough to be able to do that. One, two, okay, one, two, and then I need a couple more. Let's go for this really pretty purple. More like a lavender. Three. Okay, then we're going to go a really, really super light green. Oh, not dark green, light green. Okay, I'm going to do these first. See if I can get this back together. Once you take it apart, you can never get it back together again. Never, never. All right, that's good enough till I get ready to do the dark. Okay, so these are the lights. Let's iron them real quick, or iron as I go. Okay. Um, Sometimes some of this fabric it curls up at the end. I don't know why. Let me grab my scissors. Okay. What I want to do is first go 40, the 4.5 and so on, and see how far I can get. Hey, Patty. Hi, Lori. Welcome, ladies. Welcome. Okay. I'm just trying something that I've never tried before, so we'll see. Next one. Light 2 is this one here. And light 3. I kind of got a headache this morning, so bear with me, ladies and gentlemen. Hi, Heidi. Welcome, welcome. It's so good to see you. How you ladies doing today? Okay, these I believe these are already at 2.5. I'll have to check. Confirm, right? Okay, then my last one, my last cut is what? All right. I got the 4 that I need for the light right here. However, I still have a little bit left over, so what I want to do is put it on the biggest piece. Jen did not come in here and clean my room over the weekend. She was not feeling well. So it looks like an 8.5. Okay. 8.5 wins. Because I knew it wasn't big enough to do the 6 and the 4, so 8.5 wins. Okay, Heidi found the cord. Yay! Awesome. Good job. Okay, so I'm going to do the same over here. Iron. It was probably in the last place you'd ever think of looking, huh? I've gone through that before. I know. Okay, so we're going to go back to the beginning. Lori says, "Hi, Patty. I finished the dog this AM. It's stinking adorable. I am making a pillow for the lady that gave me Beanie. Oh, hi, Brenda. Hi, I'm off work. Yay, running errands. How you doing? I'm doing great. How you doing? It's good to see you." And Lori says, "Fabulous, Heidi." So how was everyone's weekend? I know I already asked, but um, okay, now I need it for the we have. She found it on the bottom of her big bin of heavy fabrics. Wow, I wonder how it got there, huh? Made you stop and think. And Brenda says, "Great to be off on a Monday." Yes, yes, I can imagine. I remember my working days. 'Twas not so long ago. Okay, and then we have this one again. Maybe I'll just it's a 9, which is not big enough for, and definitely not big enough for a 6.5 and a 4.5. But um, I think I'm going to go ahead and do a 6, and then, but that's wasting it. Oh, I know. I can do 2, 2, 4. Okay, Heidi ordered more fabrics today. I need to get on that. And Brenda, my weekend was productive, was behind on my sew alongs, got caught up. Yay, Brenda! And Heidi, I need advice. Would you make a quilt jeans and cotton blocks mixed? Hmm. Quilt jeans and cotton blocks mixed. Well, a good question. Sandra, would you make a quilt jeans and a cotton block mix? Okay, now I've got this one. Hey, this one, I don't know what color this is, like a really super light lavender. All right, so we'll do this one at the proper. Lori says hi to Brenda. Oops. Wish I had this memory. Okay, this ruler here, I feel, is much better than getting a bigger ruler that I don't have to, worry about. Okay, 10, 10, 10, 10. The bigger ones, it would be like the creative red one that I have. It'd be too big to do something like this. So I'm just. And this one has about 9.5, but I don't need a high 9.5. Sandra says, Heidi, yes, I would. But I could use. Then the last one is this one. It does iron pretty nicely, so um Sandra, Heidi, is there a backing? And Heidi says, Sandra, would the jeans fringe well, do you think? And Lori says, Heidi, yes, I would. Back in the day they used whatever they had. And Sandra says, the jeans does fringe. Okay. I've never actually sewn anything with jeans before, so I'm not, super familiar. And Sandra, Heidi, what are you putting in the layers? Mhm. This one. Yeah, okay. Line it up. Got it. Um, okay, no, can't do it that way. So, gonna do another 3.5. Okay. Oops. Okay. Now I'm not sure, but I don't think Heidi, not sure yet. I want it to be cozy and warm for winter. Would fleece work? Sandra, fleece does fringe, but you can use it. When I was cutting this, it didn't. Yep, it's not 2.5. So, Sandra, the fringe does fringe like the other fabrics. Okay. See, Sandra knows. She's a smart cookie. I want to go like that, or I can do it like this. It's okay. Um, Heidi says, so a something of blocks, a layer of blocks, layer of fleece, and a layer of color or flannel. Sandra goes, it just curls. Okay. I love the log cabin. It is cool. Cool, cool, cool. The thing that shocks me is this fabric not having too many um, too many extra threads, because you guys all know how I feel about that. There are a few, but not a lot. Heidi, what would you do? 2 layers of flannel and fleece? I don't know. I just it looks like I got 6 of the 4, the first ones. Sandra says that's a hard one. Sure is, Sandra. So, what's everybody else working on? Anything exciting? Um, okay. So here's the little ones. I just had a feeling they weren't the right size just by looking at them. These over, over, over. Don't want to cut them. Cost wise, I would use 1 fleece over 2 layers of flannel. That's what Sandra says. Hmm. Um, Heidi says, I'm still hand sewing wide leg pants. And Sandra, Kathy thought you was sewing the 2 you cut last week. Not yet, Sandra. I will, but not yet. This is going to be a lot of cutting, a lot of blocks. Um, I need to get some Either fabric or more jelly rolls because I don't have enough. This is not going to work. Wow, this one was way off. Okay, so here's the second part, the six of them. That's Patty. I'm hand sewing pin cushions. Oh, nice. How many pin cushions you got, Patty? I don't think this is going to be long enough. Oh, doesn't look like this is cut over here even. So, trying to get like, I don't know, maybe 10 of them done at a time so that I can just take it over to the machine and sew it quick. That's my objective. This one has some loose threads. Leave it to the purple to have the loose threads, right? Okay. How's the weather over there, guys? It's raining here. Um, Heidi, I have a few little creamers I want to make into pincushions. I treasure the pincushion that Tracy made me. Oh my gosh. Cute. Cute, cute, cute. Mm, Heidi says cloudy and chilly. Sandra, Heidi sounds like a good idea. And Gladys, cloudy and 79 outside. No, we're at 42, I think. That's the last time I saw it. It's been raining since last night. So is that the April showers bring May flowers? Yeah. Uh, Um, Heidi says, Patty, what do you use as filling, sweetie? And Carrie says, starting to rain soon. Better get home before it starts. Are you going to turn your internet back on, Carrie? I can't imagine not having internet. I have not gone without it since, well, since I was on AOL. 53 and cloudy, says Sandra. Any rain coming your way, do you know? You're on vacation? Okay, for how long? No, it's Carrie and Patty, Heidi. I use polyfill. Some I have added lavender. Polyfill. And then Heidi says, here we never leave the house without a rain vest or an umbrella. I don't even have an umbrella. Here I am living in Washington and I don't have an umbrella. Probably be smart to invest in one. Right? Get one for everybody in the family. Little threads are catching on to my ruler. I don't know why. And Sandra, only God knows who gets rain. If I go out and get wet, it's raining. Oh, Patty says, right, Sandra. No, I was just wondering if you were getting any of our rain. Sandra, but I didn't get wet. And Heidi, oh, sounds good, Patty. Use polyfill. I got some of that for my frog that I made for Jen. I have to make one for myself because somebody took Jen's. In one of our moves, it disappeared. Should have put it in a box with the rest of my sewing stuff. That's what I should have done, but I did not. Does anybody know if Margaret's done with her house yet and when she's coming back on? Those of you that may know Margaret know who I'm talking about. I think that's cut straight. Doesn't look like it. And I'm gonna go ahead and cut these little threads off here, here, and here. Okay, that's those. And this one. Okay. Let's see here. One. Okay. Brenda, Margaret's house is finished. She's not coming back. She said she's not coming back. Wow. Here I am waiting for her and she's not coming back. Okay. Thank you, Brenda. I've had people ask, and I didn't know if, she was coming back, or maybe she has a medical condition that's stopping her, or I didn't know. Okay, so here's my light colors. I need to find a clip. There ain't no clip. So I'm going to leave this like this in a group of four, and that way I know that it's my lighter colors. And I won't. I gotta go this way. Darn it. Okay, now I need darks. I need six of them. Now, and with this fabric, maybe it'll be easy, maybe it won't. Okay, here's one. Here's another one. The blue, green, turquoise. I don't know. Two. This one, three. Four. The orange four. Five. And the green one here. I think we'll be fine. Six. And with something else there. Okay, there's those six. Now, one, two. This back. It's not going to be perfect, but be perfect enough. Mm, this one that fell on my ruler. Okay. So I still have quite a bit of the fabric here, as you guys can see, which is good. All right. So let's get going on. I think this would be the lightest. Okay. Turquoise. I don't want that to be a. Okay. All right, so we're going to start at the little one, which is here. Okay, Heidi says, I might go to the thrift store to look for some cotton sheets to work with. I need some lighter colors. Yeah. Patty, I'm making a log cabin quilt. So, I don't know if you've ever made one, but there is a lot, and I mean a lot, of cutting in a log cabin. Okay, this is called a dark. Thank you, Gladys. The first ones were light. These are dark. Okay. Pay attention to what I'm doing. I may or may not have enough to fulfill the one needed for each. No, I'm not going to have enough. I can tell you that right now. Okay, this piece is for this one here. Okay. Okay. So now I need to iron the next one, which I think is going to be closest to light. Um, Probably this pink here. Probably. But that's how it's going to go anyway. I already got some white pieces cut out, so okay, so I'm gonna start this one on the last one that we didn't have enough room for. Sandra says, believe me, I know starting step 7 of my 100 blocks of leader and ender project. Oh my gosh, Sandra. It is a lot of cutting. Okay, then I'm going to slip back over and make sure that I have room here. Start again over here. Okay. Hi Cheryl, welcome. Heidi says, want to learn that one too, log cabin block. Cheryl, hi Kathy, and home from visiting mom. Everything is so. It's hard to get these threads because I don't have any fingernails. Yeah, see, Gladys says hi to Cheryl, and Cheryl says hi, Sandra, hi, Heidi. Sandra, hi, Cheryl. Cheryl, hi, Brenda, hi, Patty. And I don't see hi, Gladys. Oh, hi, Kathy, hi, Gladys. Home, okay. Okay, so that's that one. And then we're going to go over here, do this. And what size is this? It is um yeah, I really won't have enough. If I do this, what do I have left? Four, see. Okay, we'll do it like this. Patty says, I like making the wonky log cabin. I would like to make the Manx log cabin, just one big block for the wall. I don't think I've ever seen that one, Patty. Cheryl says, Kathy, I'm late to the party. Did you get the 2 blocks done from last week and show them? Sorry, I missed. No. You mean the 2 log cabins? No, not yet. I have a ton of cutting to do, and oh, look at that. Perfect. Almost perfect. Good enough. Okay, so the next one is this one, I believe. I just need to find somebody that sells solid jelly roll. Nothing on them, just solid. Okay, so we're going to go to the 10. Okay, which this is not big enough. Brenda, she is still teaching at the quilt shop. Thumbs up, please. Thank you, Gladys. Thumbs up, please. What quilt shop? Do you know why they up and sold their house and just moved to where they're at? Do you have any reason why they did that? For all the work they put into it, the new kitchen and all that? Just that goes over there. I have um Heidi says, how do you ladies call a roll of those fabric strips again? Jelly rolls. Thank you, Gladys. Thank you, Sandra. She named it John Quilt Shop. Hmm. Where's it at? If somebody wanted to go visit her or the shop, where's that? Is she still in New York? Yeah, 2.5 strips. Sandra is correct. Except these are not cut right. I wonder. Uh-huh. Yeah. Brenda, apparently they had the land for years with plans to build a new house someday. And Brenda, yes, not that far from the old house. Oh, okay. Does she let Tracy and them live in the old house or her other daughter? God, I don't remember her name. I'm sorry. Terrible at names. Okay, now I think this one would be next. Like I said, Susan took Moxie to the vet. So, Gladys, how you doing? How's your arm? Getting any better? Um, this one. Then I'll come back. Heidi, would a quilt look good with a tie-dye backing? I like tie-dye. It reminds me of the old days. I found a purse I want to get from the 70s, like I used to have. Oh my gosh. I fell in love with it. And Sandra says, "You still bruised?" Sandra says, "Yes." I can relate with being bruised. Believe me. No picking it. Okay, what do I need? What do I have here? What do I have left? Okay, so I can do a. Yes, it would, Heidi. Tie dye's cool. I've always liked tie dye. Always, always. I'm gonna go shopping here for some clothes. that I need desperately. And get me, I think, two pair of Levi's, the 501, and then the okay. Hi Sharon, how are you? All right. Gladys says, but it's fading. Yeah, so is mine. And Heidi, might tie-dye some fabrics too. Sandra D fell asleep. And then Sharon, hi everybody. Don't forget the thumbs up. Thank you so, so much. And Heidi, I was born too late to remember the 70s well. And I lived through the 70s. I was a teenager and all that. So. And Gladys says, hi Sharon. And Heidi says, good healing, Gladys. And Sharon gives a hi, a smile, and some hearts. And Sandra says, hello, Sharon. Okay. Now, see. And Sharon says, we need 60s, 70s protest music back. I got so many CDs right now that it's unbelievable. And we do. There was no decades. Well, 60s were awesome for the hippies and all that. But for music, there's no better decade than the 70s. I'm telling you right now. Groups. And, we lived through it and we didn't give it a thought. We just, oh, okay, and went on our way. And it was much more than that. We didn't give it the can I say respect the uh, I don't know, but I just bought like I don't know 32 CDs over here of the 70s, all the 70s. I have four CD players, so that shouldn't be a problem. Okay, I finished over here. So I'm gonna get over here and start this. Hi Lisa. What is protest music? Say that we want the music back. Bring it back, bring it back. Like they're bringing back some of the clothes and shoes and stuff. So bring back the music. Uh, how are you doing today, Lisa? Gladys says hi, Lisa. Heidi says hi, Lisa. And Sharon says, yes, we did not. I still have some albums and cassettes from the 70s. And they are from the 70s. And you can tell the difference on one. If you turn it over and look, it'll tell you when it was printed or when it came out. The newer ones, obviously, 2002, 3. I mean, not that 22, 23, things like that. But mine say 71, 72, 73. The albums that actually came out and when they came out. I've been hauling them with me all these years. Where I go, they go. And then my brother, because he passed, he had some. And so good old days. And I remember the last day of school, I came home. Blair, school's out for summer. I did that many years. In the beginning, my mom told me to knock it off, but then she just said, whatever. Okay, I got one, two, three, four, one, two, three, four. This way. My favorite group was the Three Dog Night, and my favorite singer was Neil Diamond. But I really liked, I liked everybody. Everybody was cool. That was just the music. It didn't really matter. There were just only very few that I did not like. But again, what does it matter, right? Okay. Neil Diamond, I can't say enough about his music. He was awesome. Let me see here. Bob Seger, yep, he was good. Supernatural, the show, they do a lot of Bob Seger. So many, you know, so many. How about a group? I mean, Bob Singer was in a group, but is there any favorite group that you liked? What's everybody's favorite singer? Blah, blah, blah. Was it true you had a team Beatles and Stones in the days? Yeah, we had the Beatles, and then it was the Rolling Stones. Yes, they were cool. They were good. But then they had a thing called Beatlemania, and I just got tired of the Beatles after that. They were all over everywhere. Everywhere. Then they had a thing called Woodstock. Um, it was in New York on somebody's farm, and good bands came to play, and it was good. But a lot of them left. It lasted, I think, 3 days, and a lot of them left on the second day because they needed to get home for whatever reason, and so they missed Jimi Hendrix. Jimi Hendrix came out on the third day. I was too young to remember, says Heidi. Bob Seger and the Silver Bullet Band. There you go, Bob Seger. And as if I don't have enough music, we listen to at night after we're done, while we're getting ready for bed and stuff. We listen to the 70s music channel. So my daughter's kind of grown up on the 70s, but she's liked her own too. She likes uh, who are they? S Club 7, Miley Cyrus, The Climb. She likes The Climb. You would have loved Woodstock. I know, me too. I was too young. But there was a California jam that I went to in California that was like Woodstock, but they had one and two. And that was cool. Um, I went to Anaheim Stadium one time where the Angels play. Uh, I went there a lot, but I went one time and saw the Rolling Stones and Alice Cooper perform, and that was neat. There were like two times that I could have gone and seen Neil, and I didn't go. I could kick myself for that. Patty, my favorite singer of the 70s is the singer stylist circa 1975. Oh, Patty, that's funny. That was a good one. I believe how uneven these are. One, and I think my favorite Neil Diamond song is what's my favorite Neil Diamond song? Brooklyn Roads would be my favorite. And then Sweet Caroline. Brother Love Salvation show or however it goes. The long one. I like that one. Heidi loves Janis Joplin. And so does my husband. Yep. A lot of the great singers passed too early, and a lot of them were 27. We looked up, and it was weird that they were, you know, 27 and beautiful noise. Yes, yes, this is what you get for not getting Moto or something like that. That already has it cut right for you. Mm-hmm. Okay, there's this group getting quicker at it. Okay, that. Yeah, we're not big enough. Kind of like the Eagles too. They were good in the day. Sometimes I wish I could stand up and do these. It'd be a lot easier for me. Is this? Hmm. 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 You have to do both sides of this one. I can tell you that right now. The big piece that sticks out over here. Okay, Cheryl. Have a great day. Thanks for coming. Okay, so the log cabin is basically a bunch of strips and a bunch of putting them together in a block and then sewing that block, which I'll be showing you guys in just a few. I'm almost done. I can do a block. Almost got it. Okay. So every single one of these that I cut, I mean, none of them were cut at 2.5. I mean, I'm glad they went over and not under, but not one of them were cut at 2.5. Hmm. Okay, then this one. Good how far that's off. Wow. All right. For this one, not a lot, only four. But four makes four blocks, right? Okay. Right here where we got more room. And I think the same will be here too. Four. Wow, this is way off. I think this one only has four too. Yep. I got all these little strips in my bag, my trash. Mhm. Okay. This one's not as bad. Hey, Jen, time to wake up. Rise and shine. And I got one more, two more. Then I can put the blocks together. Okay, this is my last one. Let's see how many I have. So I don't know how many I can make, right? Get over here. Okay, so hi Sherry. Hi Kathy and everyone in the chat. Heidi says hi Sherry. Hi. Sherry says hi. And then Heidi says, I will be making cats and dogs box. Should I use a button for the eyes or would I band stitch one on? Any advice? I would do the button. I would do the button. It's great to see you, Sherry. How have you been? All right, so these are the light and the dark, and these go together, okay? Then I have these up here. These right here that I've already made, okay? Oh, yes, I need some of these. Whoops, here. Some of these red ones here. Okay. The whole thing just fell off. Okay. Okay, I need these to go on over here. Just want to make sure that they're ironed real quick. Because they too are part of the quilt. I always forget about the center and don't mean to, it just happens. Um, I think I have enough to do 10 of them, I think. Okay, I'll leave that one there. Okay, let's put this up here with these. Okay, now what I'm going to do is get my design. Okay, I'm going to put one. Okay, these are the lights and darks, right? So the whites. And okay. Okay, first of all, Sandra says Heidi depends on if small children are going to be using them or other little critters. Yeah. Brenda, I think Fleetwood Mac may have been. Yeah, Fleetwood Mac rumors. Yes, 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 yes. Love Fleetwood Mac. I got their album and their CD, Rumors. That's how much I like that one. Okay, so first we're going to go with our whites. Okay, where is the other ones? I only got. Never mind, I knew I did a lot. There they are. Over here. Yeah. All right, so let me see here. Okay, I can either do whites or I can do it this way. I think I'll set the whites aside and use these. There are four of them. That's what I need. But it doesn't look like there's six of the other ones back. One, two, three, four. There's only five. That's all right. I can find. Okay, so let's use these. This is a white one that came off of this one here. So, and for the first one, it should be. Oh no, I started the dark. I'm sorry. Dark first, then light. Why do I have light on the brain? Okay, one. These are the light. And these are the dark. Okay, this is the middle. Goes here. And then we do D. D for dark. Okay, D. One and then D2. D2, I got it all wet. That's what I get for getting water, right? Okay, then D3 needs to be ironed. There are the scissors. Here they are. You know, like that cartoon when Elmer Fudd says, "Where is the rabbit?" Okay, so D2. And then we have this there. Okay, then we have the lighter ones. Okay, next to here. And then we have two. Goes up here. Um, three. Okay, D. I need D. Four, right? Okay. Then the three goes here. Okay. And D5 over here. And this piece way over here. And that one on the bottom. Okay, this is my block. Um, And then Heidi says, I love them too, Brenda. And Sharon, Heidi, look up Get Together by the Youngbloods. Smile on your brother, everybody together. Love one another right now. Okay. And then we have Heidi, I'll be mixing an animal block with a simple pinwheel. Sandra, Heidi, I like the hand sewn eyes best, but it's up to you. And Heidi can't wait to see. And Heidi, first cleaning and setting everything up, Sandra. And she says, listening, Sharon, love it. I'm a psychedelic lover of the flow songs. Yes, flowery songs. Okay, so this is going to be my block. I think I put it together, right? Okay, D2, D1, D2, L1, L2, D3, 4, 5, 6, L3, L4. It looks kind of funky right now, but when it gets all put together, it'll look good. Oh, okay, I don't remember if I showed the did I or didn't I? Yep, I did. Okay. I thought I might have. Uh, okay. So this goes like this. Okay. I'm sewing my seams open. You all can do what you want. My other ones that I made, they were not sewn open. So, okay. Here's the first two blocks. Okay, and I have to keep track of what I'm doing here because I need two because it's easy to get lost. Or sew it the wrong way. I've done that. Sewed it the wrong way. So we put it up here. Yeah, show you guys what I'm doing. I'm cutting off the thread because I don't have a thread cutter. I'm getting a machine that has a thread cutter. This is ridiculous. Okay. I'm going to iron it open. I just haven't made up my mind what kind of machine to get. Okay, here's three. So here's your sensor, D1, D2. Um, thank you, Sharon. Let's see. Sandra says you adding yellow to the white sides now. And then Heidi says, Kathy, go big is this block going to be? I'm finding different log cabin. This one is a 12 and a half. And I think when you cut it down, it's going to be a 12, if I remember right. Sharon says, Heidi, also, if you want to do a kind of easy block, that's really cute. Look up potato chip. I want to do those. I haven't done those yet. And Sharon, the seams don't run into each other block to block, so it's nice to put together. Exactly. And then Sharon says, in fact, maybe I need to do one. Heidi found it. Would log good with all off cuts. Thank you, Sharon. And Sandra, don't you have one in one of the fat quarter boxes? A log cabin? I don't know. Okay, D1, D2, and then L1. Do I have one in the fat quarter boxes? Sometimes it's a good idea to pin, even though you don't want to. It's still a good idea, which is what I probably should be doing here because I'm having issues. I got that song on my mind now by the Youngbloods. Okay. It's like that song, United We Stand. I think it's Brotherhood of Man for United We Stand. Divided we fall. And if our backs are ever beat against the wall, working together, together, you and I. Sorry, guys, I can't sing. Okay, so I'm going to do this one. I keep knocking over my bag of candy. I got those for Easter. Notice they're not open. Um, the thread cutter thing. I'm not sure. I want a machine that has one, though, Sandra. My singer had one, but the singer. Carrie says a copy. Don't forget to squirt the mop after you sold them together. Make sure you square them up. Yes, Carrie, thank you. Patty, Inspired Quilting by Leah Louise, has great videos on the potato chip block. And I think Brenda, I don't remember her Mount something, Brenda Mount. She did one. Sandra says, yes, Carrie, squaring up the blocks are very important. Yes, they are. And Sharon says, Carrie, my hubs is Carrie. And Sandra, you have to use a square ruler to square up the block. Heidi to Patty, found her and subscribed. Okay. Okay, so that's the two light colored ones. Squaring is when you take a ruler, okay? You want it to be a square ruler. So you're going to take your ruler, and let's say it says 5 inches. Okay, so I'm going to line this up at 5 inches, because that's what it is, a 5.5 inch ruler. And make sure that it's lined up both ways, 5 inches, and you're squaring it up. And usually there's some, like the half square, what are they called? We do the two together. I don't know. Anyway, you can take this piece right here and put it in the middle of the block, and then it kind of tells you what, mount scrap more. That's it. That's it. That's it. And Brenda will teach you so much. Heidi, have you found her yet? Heidi, I show it a lot on mine. Yeah, Sandra does. Okay, so now I'm going to go back over here. Okay, so the next one is, looks like D3. This is dark 3. Okay. All the other times that I did these, I would take the strip and put it on and cut it that way, not cut it first. But I like cutting it first. Now I find it a lot easier, and you know, like cutting it first. After I do this with the seams open, okay, half square triangles. That's it. And Brenda says, I did do the friendship quilt, patriotic jelly roll. Want to do another with quick and fun. And Sharon says, yes, Sandra, we'll teach you everything, but Heidi already knows that. Heidi, Sharon, yes, I found her. And is that a yellow strip? Yes, it's yellow. It is yellow. Okay, so we go D4 goes on the bottom. So it goes here. Okay, just making sure that I don't have to do the light ones yet. Okay, open. Darn, that one's going to be cut out. Okay. And Heidi says, add it to my still to get items, a square ruler. Sandra, does that match the other blocks or did you change colors? Mm, these are different, yeah. Okay, so that goes like that. Then I want to do these two, the other two light colored ones. Okay. And at times like this, I wish I had room to put up my design wall thing that I have, but there's nowhere to put it, fortunately. I wish. It goes like that. Okay. Okay. Now, um, Sandra says, Heidi, I used the 12.5 square ruler the most. I thought one side was all white. Yeah, there is a piece all white here, but not the side. This one's different. I want it to be different. Mhm. Okay, now the last two. Brenda, you could might hang design wall like a curtain over your patio sliding door. That's a good idea. Why didn't think of that? Okay, so this one's next. Because I bought the design thing, the design, you know, wall at Joann's before I moved here, and I've never used it. Okay, let's iron this one. It's getting larger, so I have to make more room over here. Okay, and then that's the one. But certainly not least, right? I think that's on it, right. No collar. No, I don't know who it is. Ooh, it said I could block them, so I did. I never blocked anybody before. I said, ooh, block, yeah. Okay, now, open Okay, guys, now wait a minute. If I get it done. Welcome back, Carrie. Okay, Cheryl. Hi, Cheryl. Um, Sandra says, okay, just listening mode. Heidi, thank you for the advice, Sandra. Cheryl, I'm back. I used a flannel back tablecloth hung on two pant hangers over my curtain rod before I got the piece of wall insulation board that I cover in batting scraps, and it's portable. Thank you for that, Cheryl. And welcome back. Carrie's back. Welcome back, Carrie. And Sandra says, thank you, Heidi, for asking questions. And Carrie, did you enjoy my donut? And Heidi, would quilts work for a separation screen? You are definitely asking me questions that I don't know the answers to. So I'm glad Sandra's here to help out. Okay. Okay, let's iron it. And there it is, you guys. Okay, there it is. I'm going to turn off the iron. Wait, it should go this way. The dart goes on the bottom. I'm sorry. There you go. That's the right way. Nothing over my water. Are there any questions um, about the log cabin and or anything else that you might be wondering about? Okay, wait a minute. Okay, so let's put this here. The block, wait, first. The block goes here on top of the other ones. There you go. Okay, then my drip here. Boy, oh boy, what a hassle it is to clean up, huh? Okay. Thank you all for being patient with me today while I was here doing the other, this, that, and the other. Thank you. Thank you, Gladys. That is a confused log cabin. What do you mean? How do you square? Show the one closest how to square with a bigger square ruler. Well, it would be the same. Okay. I have this gigantic one, but it would definitely be the same. You always have this in the middle. Okay. This one is a 18 by 18 by 18. No, 18 by, yeah, 18 by 18. Square up ruler. And this, you always have that in the middle to guide you. Okay. To help you. If I get to blocks that square up, I will show you guys what I'm talking about. Or Sandra's probably going to do it before I get to it. Okay. Hi, Melanie. I'm leaving. Yes, beginner class. I know. Okay. There's no more questions or anything like that. Well, I want to thank you all for coming and giving me a thumbs up and whatnot. I'll go more into detail with the square ruler tomorrow. Okay. You guys all have a great day, and I will see you tomorrow. Thank you all for coming. Bye. Can you come turn on the TV, Dave, please?